3 years ago at the 2013 Zero Waste Conference, Canada's National Zero Waste Council was launched. And as chair of that council, I'm pleased to introduce an important new initiative, the National Food Waste Reduction Strategy. Shh. Thank you. The strategy provides the means to reduce food that is wasted in Canada. It's a problem that is a waste of natural and economic resources as well as a moral problem. I mean, why are we allowing good food to go to waste? So when we submitted elements of this strategy to the federal government, we noted the clear alignment between the commitment to develop a national plan to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and the Zero Waste Council's objective to reduce food waste. This is the public launch of that strategy, one you will hear more about in the coming years, and one I hope that many of you will consider joining. Now, before I tell you more about the strategy, let me tell you a bit more about the Zero Waste Council. I've put up on the screen the vision and the mission. It talks about getting to zero waste. It's a leadership initiative that unites the sectors of our economy, and it calls for systemic change, both nationally and internationally, to prevent and reduce waste. So the focus is upstream. How can we prevent and reduce waste? Not so much how do we recycle at the end of the process. The National Zero Waste Council is a membership-based organization uniting some of Canada's largest metropolitan regions, our government at various levels, business leaders, academia, and nonprofits right across the country, giving the Council a strong foundation for effecting change. I think we know that food waste is a global problem. In Canada, just think of it, about a third of our food that is produced never gets eaten by humans. This means that local governments face high costs disposing of the waste. Greenhouse gases, including methane, are generated at all stages of the production and distribution chain, and many Canadians are unable to access the food that they need, yet perfectly nutritious food is being dumped into the garbage. So first, we look to what our peers in the global community are doing. And in our next panel, you will hear what is happening in Europe and the United States. We learned that countries that are successfully tackling their food waste problem, like Denmark, Italy, and the United States, started by setting a national food waste reduction target to focus collaborative actions on a common goal. The Council's National Food Waste Reduction Strategy is built on 3 pillars. The first pillar is to develop and strengthen policies that support a resource-efficient food system, such as a tax incentive to stimulate increased donations of food to charity, reducing confusion over those terms like best before and use by and sell by and the expiry dates, and also local organics disposal bans. The second pillar is about promoting innovation to take advantage of opportunities and overcome barriers. We develop technologies to recover clean energy and compost from the organic stream. We support energy-efficient community infrastructure and web technologies to help manage donated foods. And we support research programs that will reduce food waste in the processing and packaging of food. The third pillar is to encourage residents and businesses alike to change behavior and reduce food waste through such programs such as our consumer-based Love Food, Hate Waste campaign, educational materials that encourage the separation of food scraps from the garbage, and development of guidelines that facilitate the donation of nutritious foods. Effective implementation of the National Food Waste Reduction Strategy does more than simply reduce food waste. It will lower garbage disposal costs for local government. It will reduce the greenhouse gases. It will support new innovation and clean technology, build greater community resiliency by increasing access to food, and engage Canadians in becoming part of the solution. But to ensure success, governments, businesses, academics, community groups, and others must work together. So we plan to reach out to our members and other key stakeholders to identify the priorities for action. And I hope that each of you will consider joining us in this important strategy as a member of the National Zero Waste Council.